How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Major League Soccer team Real Salt Lake banning the Betsy Ross version of the American flag, as you see on my hat and on the wall behind me. Now, I got to back up a little bit here to tell you how this whole thing happened and why it's important. There is a couple that has gone to every Real Salt Lake home game, and I'll place their picture on the screen before you. The man, the husband of the couple, has the Betsy Ross flag, and he's flying it proudly. Apparently, some of the team personnel and or stadium personnel came up to him and said, hey, we need you to put that flag away or you're going to be ejected. And that was a whole back and forth thing. They kept threatening him and saying, hey, you're going to get ejected if you don't put the flag away. And then one of the guys that's trying to tell my man with the flag to put it away, he eventually asked him, hey, what's the purpose of the flag? And the man responds, well, because I love America. Unfortunately, they had to put it away because they did not want to get ejected from their favorite team's game. Going forward, Real Salt Lake, and I presume all the other Major League Soccer teams, but for now, just Real Salt Lake, they've said that the Betsy Ross flag has been adopted by hate groups and this, that, and the third. So we're not going to allow anything like that to be at any of our stadiums. You know, the whole at any of our stadiums thing to me makes it look like it's going to be all of Major League Soccer, not just Real Salt Lake. But for now, I digress. That is a general gist of what's happening here. Now, I, for one, am not surprised at all. Okay. People are truly ignorant about the history of this country. Okay. I had an argument on Twitter a while ago with somebody that said that I had a racist flag in the background of my videos. It's like, what do you mean racist flag? You mean this here? The Betsy Ross flag? Why is that flag racist? This is the first American flag. You know, the person tried to say that it was a Confederate flag. It's like, what? This flag came into existence in 1777 after 1776, which we all celebrate every year, 4th of July. That's when we declare independence from the Kingdom of Great Britain. Okay. The 13 stars represent the first 13 colonies and the unity of them. And you also have a unifying feature in both of these flags here, the current day American flag and also the Betsy Ross flag. The stripes. The stripes represent the same thing as the 13 stars do, the original 13 colonies. Okay. And then eventually those 13 colonies became states. So that's why you have the star field. It has 50 stars in it right now because we have 50 states. Back then it had 13 stars for 13 states. At each point in time when there was a new state admitted into the union, there was another star that was put on the actual flag. Now, I thought that would be some really basic history for people because, I mean, I learned that in school. I didn't learn a lot of things in school. A lot of things were kind of kept away from the curriculum, but that was a really basic thing about what the flag actually means when it came about and a few more things. But like I said, I'm not surprised because, number one, people are uneducated. They don't know a lot about this nation, how it came to be, when it came to be. They don't know a lot about anything. They talk about slavery. They say, oh, the Betsy Ross flag, that was from a time of slavery and it's racist, is that and the third. Well, slavery was the norm all over the world at that particular point in time. And you got a lot of people that wanted to wear flags of African nations, this, that, and the third. Well, a lot of them got slavery right now, but we'll get to that at a different point in time. So I digress. The point is that a lot of things that happen here that are today seen as negative, horrible, deplorable, and just unacceptable were the norm at a period of time when the Betsy Ross flag came into existence. Okay. To me, the flag represents unity. It represents the beginning of the best nation on planet Earth that everybody, regardless of race, wants to come to. Speaking about the Confederate flag, I knew once it started banning that flag and it started taking away monuments and hiding them away of Jefferson Davis and all these other people, I'm like, okay, you're trying to get rid of the Confederate flag. And the reason for that is, because they're the quote unquote losers. It's like, no, that's not even it. You're trying to get rid of history. That's the whole point. You're trying to change history from what it was, because now what's the excuse? All right. I mean, we have not lost. We won. And that's the same flag. It just has more stars in the star field and the current one versus the first one. So it's not about anybody losing or any kind of thing like that. It's the same flag, just some more stars in it. So a lot of the excuses that were used to, defend the banning of the Confederate flag or Confederate monuments, they are now being reviewed as paper thin. I predicted a long time ago that once the Confederate flag started being attacked, that the American flag would be next. People say, oh, you're tripping. The Confederate flag is racist, is that, and the third. Well, here we are. Here we are. This ain't the first time the Betsy Ross flag has been attacked. Remember that whole kerfuffle with Colin Kaepernick and Nike's shoe? All right. There was a shoe that was going to come out, a limited release from Nike on Independence Day or thereabout. And it was a mostly white shoe, but it had red and blue in it. And on the back of the shoe was a Betsy Ross flag in full color. People say, oh, that's racist. You're taking us back to a time of oppression, this, that, and the third. The truth is that the Betsy Ross flag is the American flag. And Major League Soccer and other places banning the Betsy Ross flag are just one step removed from banning the current day version of what they've already banned, which is the American flag. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that it's a good thing for Major League Soccer, or at least Rio Salt Lake, to ban the Betsy Ross version of the American flag? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Is it a racist thing to have the Betsy Ross flag? I mean, you saw the picture of the husband and wife. Obviously, there's not a whole lot of racism going on there. You see the flag I have on my hat and on the wall back here. And the thing about it, I had these flags long before the whole thing with Colin Kaepernick and the Betsy Ross flag. I just like the design. I like it. It's sleek, it's classic, and it represents the beginning of the best country on planet Earth. People talking about how the Betsy Ross flag is racist and represent oppression really wants to say that the American flag is racist and represents oppression. But whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.